Welcome back, guys. Today we're making a holiday classic, eggnog. But we're not just making one eggnog, we're making 4 eggnog cocktail variations. Alright, so these are going to be absolutely delicious. There's so many ways you can customize your eggnog and change it up. It is yummy. Alright, so we're going to jump right into it and start making our cocktails. The first one is going to use a local cask-strength corn whiskey. We're also using coffee liqueur, homemade. This is the Eggnoffee coffee eggnog. And let me tell you, those are two flavors that work so well together. Alright, so this cask-strength corn whiskey, it's a local Canadian corn whiskey from Last Straw Distillery. But use any whiskey here. A bourbon would work great, obviously, but any whiskey you've got will work great in this cocktail. There we go, close it up. Next up, we've got coffee liqueur. Click that link and you can see how I make my own homemade coffee liqueur, cold brew coffee liqueur. So we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of coffee. All right. After that, we want to up the coffee flavor. We're going to do some cold brew coffee. You could just do plain coffee that's cooled off. In the same video as my coffee liqueur, I show you how to make cold brew, and it's amazing. So 1/2 ounce of that as well. After that, we're going to sweeten it up with a little bit of rich Demerara syrup. Just a 1/4 ounce of syrup. And then we're going to do 1/2 ounce of heavy cream. Went a little higher than 1/2 ounce, is more like 3/4, but either way. The last ingredient will be a full egg. Eggnog cocktails are technically fall into the category of a flip cocktail, which uses a whole egg. I recommend whenever you use a whole egg to remove the chalaza. That's that little stringy white part. That thing is pure protein, so it won't break down as you shake. So if you don't remove it, at the end of your cocktail, you're gonna have this kind of gross, gooey thing. So remove it. Okay, for our shaking, we're gonna use 1 ice cube, and we're gonna shake hard until it's fully dissolved. That's about 2 minutes of non-stop shaking. It's a good arm workout. Oh, that smells good. We're gonna pour this into kind of a chalice. I don't know, it might be a wine glass. A stem glass is what we want. All right, I'm gonna put 1 ice cube in there because I'm not too happy with that wash line. I wanted it a little higher. That's better. And we're gonna garnish with some nutmeg because that's the traditional garnish for an eggnog. All right, good amount of nutmeg on there. And there it is, our Eggnoffee coffee eggnog. Absolutely fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful drink. Let's move on to our next one, which we're going to use some cognac, some overproof rum. We're also going to use some homemade allspice liqueur. Love that stuff. This is the Eggless Nog. So for this one, we're not going to use an egg. So if you don't want to use raw eggnog, or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you can actually, I'm using heavy cream, but you can totally replace that with a dairy substitute. If you want to make it fully vegan, go right ahead. We're going to start with 1 ounce of cognac in our glass. This is Whisky, an amazing cognac. After that, we're going to do 1 ounce of overproof rum. I'm using Plantation OFTD. It's an overproof rum, but it's also incredibly flavorful. This is a great rum. All right. For some nice Christmas flavor, we're then going to do 1/2 ounce of Allspice Dram or Pimento Dram. I make my own, so click that link and go check out that recipe. 1/2 ounce, and I'm running out, and I have to make a new batch. That batch has lasted me a year, so that's this stuff. It's homemade, but it is shelf stable. All right, after that, we're going to sweeten it up with 1/4 ounce of cinnamon syrup. And I'm actually going to double up on the syrups here, and then I'm going to do 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. I just didn't want to do full cinnamon syrup. I didn't want that cinnamon to kind of take over the drink, but use kind of whatever syrups you want to use. Lastly, we're going to do our cream. Because we're not using egg, we're going to double up on the cream and do a full 2 ounces. As I mentioned, if you wanted to make this vegan, you could use maybe oat milk or soy milk or something like that. All right. We're sticking with the 1 cube method. I know we don't have an egg here, so we don't really have to emulsify anything, but I still want a good hard shake to hopefully whip up a bit of that cream. So a good 2-3 minutes until the cube is fully dissolved. We're gonna serve this guy in a rocks glass with some ice cubes. All right. It looks good, it's creamy. It's nice and frothy, it's nice. Look at that, beautiful. Now, the one thing I will do for this one, since I find even though it's very creamy, it doesn't get that nice meringue top because there's no egg. So I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of whipped cream, just to give it that extra little layer. It's Christmas, don't worry about the calories. There it is. And of course, we're gonna top that off with some nutmeg because it's kind of obligatory for an eggnog. Looks amazing. So there it is, our eggless eggnog with allspice, rum, and cognac. Absolutely beautiful. Now I want to take a minute here to talk about an eggnog formula. Basically, it's super easy. You've got your spirits, you've got your sugar elements, you've got your flavor components, and then you've got cream and egg. And you just play around with those and really make all sorts of different eggnogs. The sky's the limit. All right, moving on. We're gonna use some Eldorado 12 and we're gonna use some Peppermint Schnapps. This is a candy cane nog. Okay, so candy cane flavor, peppermint flavor, that's just amazing at Christmas time. So this is an aged Demerara rum, Eldorado 12, it's amazing. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of rum, any aged rum. Or I mean, you don't have to go rum, you could go brandy, you could go bourbon here. These are so customizable. After that, we're gonna do about 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce of peppermint schnapps. You could do crème de menthe. I actually clicked that link, and last year I did a comparison video between peppermint schnapps and crème de menthe. They're incredibly similar, but peppermint has a bit more of that nice menthol kind of cooling sensation, which is what we want in a candy cane. I'm going to sweeten it up with 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. If you had a peppermint syrup or a mint syrup, go ahead and use that. 1 full ounce of heavy cream. And then this one will continue with the egg. So we're gonna do 1 egg. I've already removed that white chalaza stringy crap. So we're not gonna get that. We're sticking with the 1 egg shake method. Flippy move and shake the crap out of that for 2-3 minutes until the ice is completely dissolved. Looking good. Oh, I love eggnog. Oh, that smells so good. All right, we're serving this guy in an Irish coffee mug. There's really no rules in kind of what you can serve your eggnog in. Whatever looks good to you. So all the way to the top. We're gonna garnish this one with a mini candy cane, and we're also gonna put some crushed candy cane on top. So we're actually skipping the nutmeg here. I know it's not traditional, but this is a candy cane nog. And amazing drink as that candy cane melts. You can stick the candy cane in the drink as it melts. It'll impart even more peppermint flavor. This drink just gets better and better. For our last one here, we're using some bourbon, and we're using Disaronno Velvet, which is a Amaretto cream liqueur. This is the Amareggnog. I know, my names are stupid. So we're doing 1.5 ounces of bourbon. I chose bourbon here because bourbon and Disaronno often go together in an amaretto sour. So I figured it'd be a good combo. But again, cognac, rum, whatever you want. After that, Disaronno Velvet. So it's basically, it's an amaretto cream liqueur. We're gonna do a full ounce of that. If you can't find this, what you could do is just do 1/2 ounce of amaretto and 1/2 ounce of heavy cream. That'll probably give you the same result. But this stuff is really good. It's good just on the rocks. It's a really good cream liqueur. You could also just substitute with any other cream liqueur. You want to just use Bailey's. It won't give you the amaretto flavor, but hey, it'll still be good. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. We're going to sweeten this up a tad. We're using lots of syrups today. These are festive sweet drinks. Again, don't calorie count when you're drinking eggnog. 1/2 ounce of heavy cream. We're upping, even though we have cream in the Disaronno, we're adding just a little touch of cream. And finally, our full egg. Sticking with that same technique, 1 ice cube, shake, shake, shake until it's fully dissolved. Takes about 2-3 minutes. It's a hard shake, but it's worth it. And you don't have to do the double shake, you don't have to open it. We're serving this guy in a moose mug. Christmas Vacation Moose mug. I'm so happy to get this year. And oh my god, it's such an awesome mug. They're expensive though, but worth it. All right, so straight pour into our mousse. And we're gonna garnish this guy quite simply with some nutmeg, traditional nutmeg on this last eggnog here. Make it rain. It's the bartender's cocaine, as Dave from Booze on the Rocks says. And there it is, the Amareggnog. I mean, it's classic eggnog flavor, but then that nice amaretto flavor on the marzipan-y kind of flavor on the back end is so good. All right, we're gonna taste these guys now. I'm gonna start, and I'm going in the order I made them. Start with the coffee nog or Eggnoffee. Oh wow, that is so good. It's creamy. The coffee flavor hits you. That rum, because it's a rum-based coffee liqueur. Even though we did use a whiskey in it, but that rumness comes through quite nicely. This one is really good. I mean, allspice just works so well in an eggnog, and even though there's no egg in here, it's incredibly creamy and very delicious. So, yeah, if you don't want to put egg in it, you don't have to. Let's go with the Cane Nog. Stick that candy cane in there. You know, I don't want to say it's disappointing. It's good. I could have gone for even more peppermint flavor, so maybe bump that up to an ounce, even an ounce and a quarter. But I will say, as I kept drinking it, the candy cane kept melting and adding more flavor. Amazing. And of course, the Amareggnog. Wow, with the Disaronno, so good. Disaronno, I can't describe. I love Amaretto. If you love Amaretto, make this eggnog. It's amazing. All right, let's rate them. Number 1, giving it to the Amareggnog. It's so good. Number 2, I'm going to give it to the coffee liqueur, or I said the coffee eggnog, because it's coffee. How can you not like coffee? Number 3, I'm going to give it to the Eggless Nog. Again, it was incredibly creamy even without the egg. It was very good. In the last place, the Cane Nog. Not for lack of taste. It's delicious, but you know, you got to rate them. And I hope you enjoyed that, guys. These are 4 awesome eggnog variations. If you want a classic eggnog, check out my recipe that I made last year. Click that link and go see that. But hey, I hope you guys give a bunch of these a try. I drank all of these in like one day, and it didn't work out so well. Wasn't feeling the greatest later. But stay tuned, guys. Later this week, we're doing Advocat cocktails. So more creamy drinks to come. And we'll see you next time. Happy holidays. Cheers, guys.